So, good morning, everyone. The retail industry has been one of the hardest hit as a result of COVID 19. The lockdown restrictions have impacted the supply chain, degraded customer spending, and lowered the customer footfall. But as the old proverb goes, necessity is the mother of invention. The retail leaders have responded by increasing their investments in digital in the entire value chain. Similarly, analytics has played a crucial role in helping retail players to adapt and thrive in this new normal. We have Varun here with me. Varun leads our retail industry vertical and has experience in overseeing the delivery of several turnkey projects at large retail companies. So, Varun, what do you think are the key trends that emerge for retailers to capitalize upon post COVID 19? And what do you think is the role of data analytics in helping retailers thrive in this new normal?
Well, thanks, Tushar, for having me here today. When we are talking about how analytics can actually help retailers to adapt and to thrive towards this new normal, we have to first of all understand how data analytics actually impacts. So today, data analytics is impacting the return on investment for retail organizations big time. Data is a big asset that retailers have, but it can quite be challenging to capitalize on the potential. Some key areas where data analytics is revolutionizing the retail chain in 2021 are personalized offerings, improved operations, omnichannel retails, and retail merchandising. Now, if I speak about a bit, not in detail, but a bit brief about all of these. So, in space of personalized offerings, building better relationship with customers and engaging with customers on a very personalized level is a key. And we that can be done by doing churning analytics, which can be done in data, in customer, in product. By this, we can help retailer to offer best products at the right time with the right messaging. When we talk about improved operations, retailers can actually use analytics to streamline the operation model to improve efficiency, save costs, and increase the bottom line. Data analytics can help retailers understand how much at their product is going to sell out, how much inventory they should actually keep. So basically, to keep a good, or you can say, equilibrium between demand and supply is a keynote that retailers are going to benefit from data analytics. Though route optimization, uh, when we talk about demand and supply, right, one key aspect that needs to be, you can say, envisaged, understood, and tab is your route optimization. That is how your complete supply chain network is actually working. And data analytics can actually help you to decrease the lead time in the supply chain network and provide visibility into the supply chain network at a core level. This will help in risk management as data provides effective safeguards against volatility in supply chain, as those are caused due to COVID 19. And those were the biggest, you can say, hit across the world. When I talk about omnichannel, so omnichannel, first of all, is for modern multi-channel retail. And this is actually where you can actually use data analytics to help effectively target the best channel for upsell as well as cross-sell. By measuring, monitoring, and acting on the data, retailers can make effective offers, lower cost, and increase their revenues. Last but not the least, as I talked about retail merchandising. So, talking about retail merchandising can utilize analytics on data from inventory, shipping, and in-store customer behavior in the right time. Now, talking about that, first of all, let's talk about what exactly is the basic need for a right retail merchandising and what are the prerequisites for right retail merchandising. Well, as for me, it consists of 5 R's. That is having the right product at the right time, at the right place, in right quantity, and at the right price. Now, combining all these aspects of, you can say, your strategy towards retail will earn you that will actually help you suggest what products to run on discounts, what rate, and for how long. Answering these questions using data can help retailers maximize margins with increasing customer loyalty and purchases.
Thanks, Varun, for taking us through those use cases. I believe they were very illuminating. So, Varun, can you shed some light on how analytics has helped one of our clients fulfill their strategic objectives?
Sure. So, Tushar, there are many customers that we have served in this space who are like either completely not there onboarded on analytics journey, or there were some few who were actually have started but then went through properly. So we have many benefits that in terms of like when we have done implementations of analytics programs on our customers, we have given benefits in terms of better sales reporting, identifying business drivers that were not tracked effectively before, with improved demand forecasting, and you can see even route planning. Talking about one such, there's a customer of ours wherein when we have actually introduced to the customer was some bit on analytics. They were using SQL Server reporting services on a big time, and they are into retail, so they were like a lot of data that was coming in into their data platform, and but it was not exactly what they were considering as a data lake, but ultimately they were dumping anything and everything into that data lake, converting it from a data lake to a data swan. Now, the challenge that they were facing is that, first of all, there was no quality assurance on data. Whatever was coming was being reported. And as we say in data analytics and BI, that if you put in garbage, you'll get garbage out of it. So when we have actually done their data complete data, you can say data discovery workshop with them for 3 weeks, we have done multiple rounds of interviews with different stakeholders, not just from the business side, but from even from the IT side, and even from the, so because it was into like retail manufacturing, so even we visited their plants and understood that, okay, what are their pain points. The biggest and the core aspect that we have actually understood is that they were getting data, they were getting reports in terms of SSRS reports. But first of all, because of the data volume and the long processing time, the data report that they were getting, it was not at the frequency that they were expecting. Second, because of the data quality issues, the same numbers were like reported in different variants across the board. So due to which the report that you were carrying, or say the report that I was carrying, may have the same KPI but reporting different numbers. Third, because the distribution was only in the format of Excels, what was happening? Everyone was taking Excels and then they were doing their own manipulation. So there was no governance per se. So when they were going for reviews and stuff, they were reporting different numbers, even if the system was reporting the right and same numbers. Now, after a lot of, you can say, discussions and interviews, what we have actually identified is that there's a need of a centralized, you can say, reporting system that maintains single version of truth, that can give them an assurance about data quality by the means of different data management strategies. Foremost, converting their data swarm back to data lake and building on top a data warehouse, so that for the complete, you can say, data requirements, whatever reporting engine they select. Other than that, also, if the data is required for their data analyst, from their data analyst, from their data scientist, there is single version of data available from one repository. Now, after complete implementation and we have implemented Microsoft Stack in this particular customer. So the reporting engine was selected as Power BI. And we have also done, you can say, integration with certain advanced analytics tools like Python, because the entire demand forecasting was done in Python. And we have integrated back with the descriptive model of Power BI. So with this, what has happened that my customer was, first of all, had a complete visibility across the data end to end. The data that was coming from their downstream system is what was getting reported on their you can say, their reporting system. The frequency of data was actually scattered across different use cases. So sales data were like made available, like you can say, with a 10 times refresh per day. So the refresh was happening almost like every hour. For financial reports, because those were not related to every day, or you can say every hour reload. So we have made it at a every day sort of reload. But overall, what has happened, that single version of truth of data was getting reported. The charts, the trends that they were like, actually, you can say there was a lot of scarcity in this particular organization, as they were seeing only numbers in form of Excels and tables. So the complete, you can say, the behavior to adapt the data has got changed. And ultimately, the customer was able to make, you can say, their decisions with the help of single, and you can say, a strong backing of data with the help of Power BI dashboards. So that way, that helps in the customer in taking decisions about that, okay, what to be done next. where are the bottom lines, or where are the outliers, where are things that needs to be, you can say, changed, action to be taken, particular product to be dropped, new segment to be opened. All of that was actually now the like these decisions were being taken in the past also, but now they have the backing of data.
Right, Varun. I believe that that's a very important use case. It just highlights how important capitalizing on the data provides so much of value to retail organizations today. So, Varun, today, when we talk about retail, there's a lot of talk going about omni-channel strategy, omni-channel retail strategy. So, can you shed some light upon how capitalizing on this omni-channel retail strategy is dependent upon a strong data analytics foundation?
Sure. So first of all, for omnichannel, there's one thing that everyone need to understand. Omnichannel retail doesn't require you to be everywhere. You just have to be where your customers are. This is the actual distinction that separates top performing enterprises from the rest. It in our approach, or it's an, I'll say, not just in our approach, it's an approach for omnichannel to commerce, providing shoppers a unified experience across all channels or touchpoints. Now, omnichannel retail is an innovative strategy to take advantage of all the digital channels. Today, customers interact with brands on variety of levels before making the actual purchase. If I talk about a typical customer journey, it may follow the retail. It may start by following the retailers. You can say e-commerce page, maybe Instagram, Facebook, whatever. They watch for the latest arrivals. They check their announcements on YouTube. They check out their websites for discounts and coupons. And finally, they may also visit to store to check the product before making their purchase. We are talking about one of our such customers is Lenskart. Lenskart has got a very active social media platform. They do their announcements on YouTube. They have a channel which is a bit slightly, you can say, even the extended form, which is like online to offline. So you can actually, while you have selected, you have made your mind, you can still go to the store, check the product and make the sale at that point of time. Now, if you see, all these different touch points can throw up valuable data points because at every point, the customer is interacting with the retailer. And that retailer can mine that all these data points to actually create the, or you can say they can actually mine all of this into data analytics to get increased brand visibility and ultimately improve ROI.
Right, Varun. Definitely. I mean, capitalizing data analytics at every touch point that the customer interacts with the retail brand is ultimately going to help the retail brand come up with a effective strategy as you just described in helping improve their ROI and target better. Right. So Varun, when we speak about retail, supply chain happens to be a very crucial piece in the entire retail value chain. So can you share some innovative use cases in supply chain where our customers have benefited from utilizing data analytics?
Sure, Tushar. So when we talk about supply chain analytics, first of all, supply chain analytics uses data and quantitative methods to improve decision making for all activities across the supply chain. So in particular, it does two new things. First, it expands the data set for analysis beyond the traditional internal data held on enterprise resource planning, that is your ERP, and also across supply chain management, that is SCM. Now, second, what it does, it applies powerful analytical method to both new and existing data sources. This creates new data insights that help improve the overall supply chain decision making. Now, if I talk about certain use cases that exist in supply chain, you can say analytics, then there are many to talk about, but let me first of all broadly categorize those. So in a you can say modern or traditional both supply chain design, first of all, the use case exists around supply, sales, inventory, and operation planning. Now, this is something which is actually having a big, you can say, intersection between analytics and EPM. However, analytics also can be done easily in terms of like, you can say analytics also have a footprint to actually analyze this because we can do a complete supplier risk management and incoming goods projection using analytics. We can do inventory projections. We can do forecast. We can actually forecast accuracy of, you can say, optimized, you can say, demands. Okay, so analytics use case in supply chain, I'll take example of one of our customer. So for this customer who is into actually they are into consumer durables basically, and so we have done their complete analytics end to end, and in fact now we are also doing their EPM work. So that's the reason why. And when we talk about supply chain analytics, there are footprints of analytics as well as EPMs in this particular part. Because when I talk about, say, sales, inventory, and operations planning, it's a big use case of EPM, right? And we are actually working with them. From analytics perspective, yes, it exists because when we do supplier risk management and you can say incoming good projections, we can definitely do we can definitely use advanced analytics capabilities and statistical models to actually predict this. We can actually do inventory projections and scenario planning for our different inventory situations. We can do forecasting accuracy, evaluation, and optimization. In this particular customer, we have done, you can say, different use cases around production. So like scheduling of their energy intensive production, statistical quantity control, and tolerance optimization capabilities. We have also done a lot of, you can say, sizing and scheduling considerations from analytics so that they can have cost and inventories and capacities aligned. There was a big use case around warehousing, because the thing is they have a they have a you can say plan to warehouse to depot to you can say retailer sort of you can say supply chain. So we have done for them you can say pickup zones and warehouse space allocations. We have created the strategies around workers to picking zone allocation based on efficiencies. We have also done automatic stock relocations in high bay storage areas. There was a big use case that we have done in terms of, you can say, their fleet and transportations, wherein because they have their fleets which are RFID, you can say, enabled. So we have done real-time routing and ramp allocation at warehouses. We have done delivery scheduling in line with consumer patterns. And we have also done one use case around dynamic routing. Point of sale, there was not exactly if because it's a use case in supply chain, but the thing is, point of sale was not directly, you can say, applied on this particular customer. However, there are, well, you can say use cases around where you can do retail employee scheduling, you can do shelf space optimization and stuff. And then ultimately, everything ends up at the customer. So doing credit rating to define payment terms offered, doing product recommendation based on purchase history, fraud detections, written projections. All of these are actually something that you can actually do as a part of use case in supply chain.
Right. Thanks, Varun. I believe thanks for this session. There were certain very useful points that you shared with us that I'm sure the audience would love to get illuminated from. So as we can see that data analytics is now pervasive in the end-to-end value chain of the retail, and to become competitive and to capitalize on the next generation challenges, retailers need to adapt by utilizing data analytics and building solutions that can give them the full value from their data into their operations. So thanks, Varun, for that session. We would love to have you again here and talk about more things. Thank you.
Thank you, Tushar. Stay safe. Take care.
Yeah, same to you, Varun. Thank you.